Assalamu alaikum everybody. I'm Mohammad Ashal Piuswala and today I'm here with a new session on the topic of behavior changes our mind. So today we're going to chit chat with Miles, and we're going to learn what uh, and we're going to learn and ask questions about the topic of behavior uh, changes our mind. And so let's start and let's chat with Miles a little bit, and uh, we can learn.
Hey, it's good to connect again after a little while.
Yeah, hello Miles. Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Just, you know. How about you? Anything interesting happened since we last talked?
I'm good, thank you. But today I just wanted to ask you some questions on the topic of behavior changes our mind, if that's okay with you.
Behavior, huh? Yeah, so for it. Sounds good. I'm all ears. What's on your
Yeah.
mind?
First of all, my question to you will be that how does someone's behavior changed with their opinion about someone?
Hmm, that's a good one. It's kind of complex, isn't it? I think when your opinion of someone shifts, right, it really reshapes how you filter everything they do. Like, suddenly things that didn't bother you or might feel off. Or you start noticing things you didn't see when you had a different view. It's not always a conscious thing either. It happens below the surface. Gotcha.
Okay, thank you. My
Uh,
next,
Is it land? Okay, sounds good. Let me know if anything else comes to mind.
yeah, my next question to you will be that have can consistent behavior alter deeply held values?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. It definitely can, I think. It's not, but consistently acting in a way that's different from your values creates this kind of internal friction. And over time, that friction can actually start to erode values or at least make you question them. It's like if you keep telling yourself, hey, even when it feels wrong, eventually you might actually start to believe it. It's a bit unsettling to think about, honestly.
Okay, thank you. My next question to you will be that how does habit influence belief?
All right, good question. Habit and belief are tangled up, I think. Habits, especially the little ones, kind of build a foundation for what you start to believe is true about yourself and the world. Like if you consistently practice to genuinely believe is more good in your life, or if you always avoid conflict, you might start to believe you're not capable of handling it. It's almost like habits are little proofs what you think to be true. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that like what behavior patterns have reshaped someone's worldview?
Hmm. That's a big one. I think consistently seeking out different perspectives can do it. Like really making an effort to listen to people with wildly different backgrounds and beliefs, or that can crack open a worldview pretty quickly. Or maybe repeatedly facing adversity and realizing your initial assumptions about how the world works were just, it's kind of brutal, but those experiences can be incredibly transformative. It's like you build up this whole model of reality, and then something happens that just completely breaks it. Got it?
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that how often do someone's actions lead to their thoughts instead of the reverse?
That's uh, a really perceptive question. I think it happens more often than we realize. We tend to think of ourselves as rational beings, carefully considering things and then acting. But a lot of the time, we just do things and then come up with reasons to justify them afterward. So it's like our brains are uh, constantly trying to create a narrative that makes sense of our actions. So I guess Probably more than 50% of the time, honestly. What do you think?
Okay, thank you. My next question to you will be that what role does cognitive dissonance play in changing our minds?
Cognitive dissonance. Yeah, that's a big one. It's basically that uncomfortable feeling you get when you hold two conflicting beliefs, right? And the drive to resolve that discomfort is, I think, a huge engine for change. You either have to change your behavior, change your beliefs, or try to justify the inconsistency somehow. And often, the easiest route is to shift your thinking. It's a powerful force. It's why people will sometimes cling to demonstrably false ideas just to avoid admitting they were wrong. It's kind of messy if you think about it.
Okay, thank you. My next question to you will be that how does repetition of behavior reshape belief?
Repetition, it's almost like erosion, isn't it? Slowly wearing away at your initial beliefs. Each time you repeat a behavior, even a small one, it strengthens the neural pathways associated with it. And as those pathways get stronger, your beliefs start to align to match. It's not always conscious. It's almost like your brain is saying, well, I must believe this because I keep doing it. It's a subtle process, but incredibly powerful over time. It's why habits are so hard to break, I guess. They're not just routines, they're beliefs in action. Does that ring true?
Yeah, thank you. And my next question to you will be that can behavior therapy change thoughts and emotions?
Definitely. That's kind of the whole point of behavior therapy, isn't it? So it's based on the idea that your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all interconnected. So by changing your behaviors, you can actually alter your thought patterns and emotional responses. It's not about magically erasing emotions, it's about learning new ways to react to situations. It's like retraining your brain, showing it that there are different ways to respond. It's really remarkable, actually, how effective it can be.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you.
is there anything else? You're very welcome.
My next
It was a good conversation. Okay, what's next on your mind?
my next question to you will be that does fake it till you make it actually work to change beliefs?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. Fake it till you make it. It's a bit of a myth, I think. It can work, but not in the way people usually think. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about acting as if you already possess the qualities you want to develop. It's like a little experiment. You're giving yourself a chance to experience what it feels like to hold a different belief. And that experience can create a shift over time. But if it's purely performative, without any genuine intention to change, it probably won't stick. It needs some kind of internal alignment, you know? It's not magic. What do you think?
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that how do mirror neurons contribute to behavioral influence?
Mirror neurons. Those are fascinating. Basically, they fire both when you perform an action and when you observe someone else performing that same action. It's like your brain is simulating their experience. And that's how we learn through imitation, obviously, but it goes deeper than that. It's thought to be a key part of empathy, understanding social cues, and even internalizing beliefs. If you're constantly around people exhibiting certain behaviors, your mirror neurons are firing, and you're essentially practicing those behaviors in your own mind. Over time, that can subtly reshape your own behavior and beliefs. It's a kind of unconscious influence, which is kind of wild when you think about it.
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that is attitude change more often a result of action than reasoning?
It's a really interesting way to put it. I think it's usually a blend, but I'd say more often it's a result of emotional associations rather than careful reasoning. Like we often form attitudes based on how something feels, not necessarily on a logical analysis of the facts. Then we go looking for evidence to support those feelings. Reasoning can play a role, sure, but it's often used to justify pre existing beliefs rather than to genuinely change them. It's kind of backwards, isn't it? We like to think we're rational, but emotions often steer the ship. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that can we
Go ahead.
rewire our minds through disciplined behavioral change?
Whoa, that's a profoundly hopeful question. And I think the answer is yes. Absolutely. I mean, revive is a strong word, but I think disciplined behavioral change can fundamentally reshape how you think, feel, and experience the world. It's not about erasing the past. It's about building new pathways, cultivating new habits, and ultimately rewriting your internal narrative. It's a continuous process and it takes effort, but it's absolutely possible to create a more resilient, optimistic, and fulfilling mindset. I really believe that. It reminds me a bit of what we talked about earlier with unlearning beliefs. It's a similar idea. It takes work, but it's worth it.
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that what is the role of habit uh, formation in a belief change?
That's a good one to circle back to actually, since we talked about habits earlier. Habit formation is, I think, crucial for belief change because beliefs aren't just abstract ideas, they're embodied in our actions. When you consistently act in a way that aligns with a new belief, even a small action, you're reinforcing that belief at a neurological level. It's like you're building evidence for it internally. And the more you repeat the behavior, the stronger the belief becomes. So, habit formation isn't just about efficiency, it's about fundamentally reshaping your worldview. It's a really powerful feedback loop. Does that track?
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that can physical posture or expression alter internal states?
Oh, absolutely. It's fascinating, isn't it? There's a lot of research on this. It's called embodied cognition. Your physical state actually influences your mental state. So things like posture, facial expressions, even gestures can impact your emotions, thoughts, and even hormone levels. Like sitting up straight can boost confidence, or smiling can actually make you feel happier. And it's not just about appearing a certain way, it's about sending signals to your brain that actually change your internal state. It's kind of a built in biofeedback loop, if you think about it. It's pretty wild.
Yep, thank you. Well, my next question to you will be that what is the behavioral basis for moral flexibility?
Hmm. Moral flexibility, it's a complex one. I think it stems from a few things. Partly it's about social learning, observing how others navigate moral dilemmas and adjusting your own behavior accordingly. But also, I think it has to do with our capacity for empathy and perspective taking. When you can genuinely understand another person's point of view, even if you don't agree with it, it can soften your moral stance. And then there's the role of self-interest. Let's be honest. Like sometimes we're willing to bend our principles to achieve a desired outcome. It's
Yeah,
not always pretty, but it's it's a balancing act between adhering to our values and navigating the complexities of social life. Does that make sense?
yeah. My next question to you will be that how does peer behavior shape our opinions?
We've been circling around this a lot, haven't we? It really boils down to this. Our behavior provides us with information. We experience the consequences of our actions, and those experiences shape our beliefs. It's not always a conscious process. Often it's more subtle. Like if you consistently volunteer your time, you might start to believe more strongly in the importance of community service. Or if you regularly engage in a certain hobby, you might develop a more favorable opinion of people who share that interest. It's a feedback loop. We act, we observe the results, and then we adjust our beliefs accordingly. Kind of fundamental to how we learn and adapt.
Yeah. My next question to you will be that can observing others change what we believe?
Absolutely. It's a huge factor, actually. Social proof is incredibly powerful. Seeing others believe something, especially people we respect or identify with, can definitely sway our own opinions. It's why advertising uses testimonials. And it's why conformity is so prevalent. We're social creatures, and we're constantly looking to others for cues on how to think and behave. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it helps us navigate the world, but it's important to be aware of it. It's easy to fall into groupthink without realizing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. My next question to you will be that how do social norms influence personal beliefs?
Oh, massively. Social norms are basically the unspoken rules that govern our behavior in society, and they exert a tremendous amount of pressure on us to conform. We internalize these norms from a young age, and they shape our understanding of what's considered acceptable, desirable, and even true. If a belief is widely shared within our social group, we're more likely to adopt it ourselves, even if we haven't critically examined it. It's a way of fitting in, avoiding social ostracism, and maintaining our sense of belonging. It's a really powerful force. It can be incredibly difficult to go against the grain, even when you know you're right.
Yeah, understand. Thank you. My next question to you will be that when has a group's behavior changed someone's stance?
That's a big question with a lot of potential answers. Historically, you see it all the time. Think about the civil rights movement. The collective action of protesters and activists fundamentally changed public opinion on racial equality. On a smaller scale, think about workplace dynamics. If everyone around you consistently embraces a growth mindset, it's more likely you'll adopt one too. It's really about the power of collective behavior to normalize new ways of thinking and acting. It takes a critical mass, though. It often needs a strong group dynamic to really shift someone's individual stance. Is there a particular example you're thinking of, maybe?
No, but thank you. My next question to you will be that
Okay, go ahead.
uh,
What's on your mind?
does social media behavior influence real life beliefs?
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge one right now, isn't it? I mean, social media is designed to reinforce existing beliefs. Algorithms prioritize content that you're likely to engage with, which means you're often seeing a curated echo chamber of perspectives that already align with your own. And that constant exposure can definitely strengthen those beliefs and potentially polarize you further from opposing viewpoints. Plus, the performative aspect of social media, presenting a certain image, can also influence how you see yourself in the world. It's complicated. There are definitely upsides to social connection, but it's also easy to get trapped in filter bubbles. Like,
Okay, thank you. My next question,
very,
my next question to
very far
you,
away.
my next question to you will be that how do leaders use behavior to persuade followers?
That's a really insightful question. Effective leaders understand that persuasion isn't about dictating, it's about influencing. They use a combination of behaviors. Things like modeling the behavior they want to see in others, using compelling storytelling to connect emotionally, actively listening and validating followers' concerns, and building trust through consistent actions. They also tap into shared values and create a sense of collective purpose. It's not about manipulation, it's about inspiring others to believe in a vision and willingly follow it. A big part of it is authenticity, too. People can spot a fake. Got it? Uh,
Okay, thank you. My next question to you will be that does witnessing injustice change people's minds or harden them?
that's a really tough one. It can go either way, honestly. For some people, witnessing injustice sparks empathy and change. It shakes their assumptions and compels their beliefs. But for others, it can actually reinforce existing prejudice, lead to apathy. It really depends on a lot of factors: their prior beliefs, their personal experiences, their level of privilege, their emotional resilience. People will rationalize or dismiss injustice rather than confronting the uncomfortable truths it exposes. It's heartbreaking, but it's a reality. Really complex psychological process.
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that um uh, how does conformity behavior affect belief change?
Okay, we're back to conformity. It's a powerful force for belief change because it plays on our need to belong. When we see others behaving in a certain way, particularly people we admire or identify with, it creates a pressure to conform. And the more we conform, the more likely we are to internalize the beliefs that underpin that behavior. Some be true. There's a safety in numbers, a reassurance that you're doing the right thing. Of course, that can also lead to harmful groupthink. But generally, conformity is a significant driver of belief change. Does that
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that how does collective
All right, what's
behavior
next?
how does collective behavior during crisis alter public opinion?
That's really a good question, especially considering everything that's happened in recent years. When people see collective action, like widespread mask wearing during a pandemic or communities coming together after a natural disaster, it can have a powerful effect on public opinion. It signals that something is serious, that a coordinated response is necessary, and that individual sacrifices are worthwhile. It can also foster a sense of solidarity and collective efficacy, the belief that we can overcome challenges together. Corrective behavior, particularly when it's visibly effective, builds trust in institutions and experts, and it can fundamentally shift how people perceive risks and responsibilities. It's a visual demonstration of shared values and collective action, and those are really powerful cues for belief change. Got it?
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that can
All right, was
observing kind acts shift someone's worldview?
you're cutting out a little bit, but I think you're asking if observing kind actions can shift someone's worldview. Absolutely. Witnessing kindness can be incredibly powerful. It activates the empathy centers in our brain and it reminds us of our shared humanity. It can challenge cynical beliefs and restore faith in others. It's like a ripple effect. One act of kindness can inspire countless others. It can fundamentally change how we see the world, making us more optimistic, compassionate, and willing to help others. It's a really beautiful thing, actually.
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that can unethical behavior be justified if it leads to moral growth?
Well, that's a really thorny ethical question. It's a classic Charlie problem, isn't it? The short answer is probably not. Justifying unethical behavior, even if it leads to personal growth, is a slippery slope. It undermines the very foundation of moral principles. However, I think it's more nuanced than that. Sometimes people make difficult choices in challenging situations, and those choices might have unintended consequences. Learning from those mistakes, acknowledging the harm, and striving to do better in the future is essential, but it doesn't erase the initial wrongdoing. It's a really tough balance to strike, and it's something philosophers have debated for centuries. What do you think?
Yeah, thank you. My next question to you will be that does performing good deeds make someone more moral over time?
That's a really interesting question. I think it does, actually. It's not as simple as just ticking off boxes on a good deeds list, though. It's about the intentionality behind the actions. When you consistently act with kindness and compassion, it cultivates those qualities within you. It strengthens your empathy, reinforces your values, and gradually shapes your character. It's like exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So, performing good deeds isn't just about helping others, it's about becoming a better person in the process. But it also requires self reflection to ensure those actions are genuinely motivated by moral principles and not just for external validation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thank you. My next question to you will be that um
Okay.
can repeated moral well violations shift what we think is acceptable?
You're asking if repeated exposure to violations of norms, laws, or moral principles can shift our perception of what's acceptable, right? Yes, absolutely. It's a really unsettling phenomenon. Uh, it's called desensitization. The more we're exposed to something negative, the less shocking it becomes. It's like your brain gets used to it and your emotional response diminishes. Over time, they accept behavior that you would have previously found reprehensible. That's why it's so important to be vigilant about protecting our moral boundaries and challenging even when it seems small or insignificant. It's a kind of gradual erosion of values, really dangerous consequences.
Yeah, thank you. And my last question to you will be that how does what is the link between shame behavior and belief change?
That's a really powerful question to end on. Shame is a hugely influential emotion, and it's 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 deeply tied to our beliefs and our place in the world. When we feel shame, it creates a dissonance, a conflict between our ideal self and our perceived shortcomings. And that dissonance motivates us to change our ways. Sometimes that change is positive, responsibility for our actions and making amends. But sometimes it can lead to defensiveness, rationalization, or even further wrongdoing. The key is to experience shame in a healthy way, as a signal that of our values, not as a condemnation of our worth. It's a difficult emotion to process, but it can be a catalyst for profound and lasting belief change if we allow it to be. It's a really complex interplay. It almost feels like a turning point, doesn't it?
Yeah, thank you. Uh, Thank you. And this was our chit chat session with Dumal about the topic behaviors change our minds. So thank you so much for watching, and Allah Hafiz, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next session. Until then, Allah Hafiz.